Hey guys, welcome to this another video of our daily Bitcoin update series. Recently the market has been moving pretty weirdly given the tariff condition that we are seeing. Even though we've got a 90 days cool off period, but still news like CPI did not move the market a lot. This is the candle that we got at the news of CPI. Even though the news was bullish, but the market failed to pump. It shows that market as of now is in a pretty weird state. Today we've also got news incoming, which is PPI. Generally CPI are more volatile than PPI, but since CPI did not give you a lot of volatility, PPI is supposed to do the same as well. So we'll see how that goes, but keep in mind that we've got news incoming today, so control your trade accordingly. If we go on the daily time frame, even though we got a pretty good news when we got this big green candle of the 90-day cool off period for the tariff, we failed to continue this push towards the upside, and that is something which is a bit concerning. We are forming a kind of resistance around 82,500 which needs to be taken down. So if we start to close above 82,500, that will be a very first sign that we are supposed to move even higher. As of now we still stay in a bit indecisive zone. As the market moves ahead, we'll find out for ourselves. So as I was telling you guys that yesterday we did not continue the pump, even though the engulfing candle looked extremely good. We've got a very good pullback. According to me, this pullback was good. Why? Because that was a daily level right around that area, and also we pumped all the way till yesterday's equilibrium. So that makes a lot of sense. The pumps and the dumps are all based upon technical analysis. Let's just quickly dive into the local time frame and try to understand what today's price action has for us. Talking about yesterday's trades, guys, we took a few of them and most of them were taken live with our members. So if you see, this was a very good scalp trade which we got from our tapped weekly level, which was there just around that, and I also talked about this in our yesterday's video. So if you guys are enjoying those videos, you'll also make sure to make some value out of it, because I've been sharing all the trading opportunities there as well. So we got this pretty interesting scalp trade which was a move of almost 1.5%, and after that we got into the shorting opportunity as well, which dumped more than 3.5%. All right, so these were the two crazy trades that we took with our members when we were streaming. Other than that, there were a few scalps as well, but then it's all part of the game, and there's nothing major around it. Yesterday ES was down as well. To be honest, ES also had a great trading day yesterday, but then after that it has been in a cool off period. So I think Bitcoin has been following ES for a very long time now, and that is what I have been repeating many times now. So you guys need to keep an eye on ES as well if you are planning to trade Bitcoin. If I'm switching to a weekly time frame again, I've told you guys that I am liking the current lows that we are in. So the bottom that we have made on a weekly time frame looks good, and especially the recent candles on this weekly time frame looks good as well. So the wick, the push that we have towards the downside, this is interesting. Shows some potential, and if you start to close above 82,200, 82,500 as I mentioned earlier, that is your very first sign of strength in this particular lower range that we are seeing. Switching to our daily time frame, I think the daily lows are not that great. Kind of a double bottom, not technically, but then again, yeah, it's kind of a double bottom. The best part about it that we have taken out the lows of the previous bottom, and then we might reverse, so that is something that I can consider. But then on the basis of daily time frame, this is not a very great looking lows. So even if I short, to be honest, I'm not going to expect that we'll take out this 74 level right at once. But then yeah, just to keep in mind, these are not the great looking lows. If we start to lose our major level, we are going to go below this as well. So that is something which you can keep in your mind and as a level of reference when you are trading in the future and the market decides to dump. As I also mentioned, that recent reversal that we are seeing as of now is from our tap daily level, and also we've got our equilibrium level right around this area. So this pump is extremely good. This looks bullish to me, and I'm expecting a continuation towards the upside. Even though this is Friday, the last trading day of the week, so I do not expect a lot of volatility, but if that happens, I'll be prepared for it. So my trading style does not depend upon one particular bias. I do not stick with a particular bias. So even if I'm bullish, I'll be prepared with the counter scenario. So I'll be prepared if we start to lose this particular level, where am I going to short and how long am I going to hold it. So I'll be prepared with that as well, and that is what I want you guys to do as well. Switching back to a smaller time frame, let's say on a 1 hour time frame, The lows that we made, again, this is kind of a double bottom, and also we've not taken out the previous low, so that means these are technically the worst kind of double bottoms that you can have. And even if you judge them independently, both of these lows are extremely poor. So if you start to lose one of our important level, which is either your tapped weekly or tapped daily, we are probably going to take these lows out as well. So you'll have to be prepared for this kind of scenarios as well. Now if you start to pull some volume levels to check out how the trading volume is, we can see that we are currently at almost our volume area high, so that is something which can be interesting, and I'm actually prepared for getting into a trade around this area. I'll also use Fibonacci. We've got our Fibonacci aligning with some high volume nodes right around this area, so this is actually aligning and it has pretty good confluence as well. I would say we've got golden pocket, we've got some clear high volume nodes, and also if I just check the upper range for you guys, this might look a bit messy for now, but then yeah, you can just understand what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to understand the volume, because volume is a very important part of my trading strategy and I always give it a lot of importance. Yeah, so if I just check the trend, we've also got our POC right around golden pocket. We've also got some high volume nodes around this area, so this becomes a very interesting area for me to get into a trading opportunity. I would also look to get into a hedge position, so if I short around this area of anywhere around 81 to 82k ish zone, I'll also look for a pullback, let's say of a tapped weekly, and then a continuation move towards the upside, because this might become a trend on a smaller time frame. This might keep on pushing towards the upside. So what I would like to see is a continuation. We reject from our golden pocket zone, we hit back our tapped weekly level, and then a continuation. I would really like that piece of price action. Other than that, to keep this market structure intact and give it a better look, I would expect if we go a bit lower, hit one of our tapped weekly levels. I've also got a few other levels around this zone, but then I'm talking about the levels which every one of you guys will understand. Rather than making it too complicated, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So we might hit our tapped daily level, and then this market structure will just continue to stay intact. Like we'll make our low, a second higher low, and then probably a third higher low, and then a continuation. So this would make a lot of sense to me as well. If you start to lose tapped weekly level, I would expect that we are going to take out these lows as well. Also, our current daily open level can be a very interesting area for us to go long. So these are the few levels that I'm dictating for you guys. You can always mark them on your chart as well and look for some trading opportunities in future or for today's trading as well. If I just check out the volume of this local uptrend that we are seeing, I would like to mark something like this. We are just around our volume area high, and also our POC aligns with our tapped weekly level. So there are multiple confluence just around this area, and I'll be very interested in getting into some trading right around this zone. And to add more about this tapped weekly level, let's say if we push towards upside and then reject and hit this level, I do not want price to range here for a very long time and then give a reversal. That would be not the best kind of trade. What I want to see is we hit our tap weekly level, probably get a fake out, reclaim it, and then just continue in our direction. That is the best kind of reaction that I would want to see. If we start to range, I would not look to get into a trade around this area, because market structure then gets more and more bearish, and I would not want to see that if I'm planning to go long. Also, additional confluence to this particular trade could be VWAP pushing towards the upside right around this area. Independently, I do trade VWAP a lot of time, but then that is something which is extremely experience based. I would never consider you guys to just get into a VWAP trade. Let's say just hit VWAP, go long, or lose VWAP and go short. That is not how you're supposed to use VWAP. But in this scenario, if VWAP just catches around this area, it becomes a very interesting zone for us to backtest and then continue. Alright guys, so this was a quick video. I do not have a lot for this one since it's also the last trading day. As I said, I do not expect a lot to happen, and I would also not recommend you guys to take any gambling kind of trade. Do not push into a trade, do not FOMO, do not get into greed mode, because the markets are here to stay, but your capital might blow out. So just keep that in mind and take trades that you have planned and nothing else. Alright guys, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.